guys, Tasha here from Pixie Mommy's Reborns. How is everybody today? I have a little glare there at the bottom, I see. You know, it's not always perfect for me to film in the most perfect lighting because I have to do the time of the day that works around, you know, the kids' schedules and all that. So I am actually standing today and I am holding sweet Asvoria. I know you guys just saw her in the last video getting changed. I wound up putting her into pajamas because that short outfit didn't really fit so great. And anyway, I'm just loving on her today. And, you know, I just thought she looked so sweet in my arms and so very realistic. You know, one of the things I love to do is hold the babies in front of the mirror just like this and just, you know, look, you know, just, and of course certain angles when you look, it's like you wouldn't know you're not holding a real baby, right? But this is baby Asvoria, and she is the Skye sculpt by Marita Winters, and she is one of my Kymberlee's Cocoon babies, so very special to me, of course. So I thought I would just stand and rock her and talk to you all for a few minutes because I haven't been on. And I was just thinking the past few days about the bond that we have as collectors with our reborn babies. I also was thinking about that people stumble upon our channels, I'm sure, that are not reborn collectors or doll collectors and that are like, wow, what is this person doing? This adult, you know, playing with dolls on a YouTube channel. So, and I think what got me thinking about that was me telling one of my very dear friends the other day, kind of finally coming out and telling her that I collect the reborn babies. And I thought about it long and hard, and I have to say that telling friends that I collect dolls or reborn dolls, it's not the thing that makes the weird feeling, you know, that's not that, because, you know, but when people think of collect, they think of like you collect trains, you put them on the wall, you collect baseball cards, you collect that sort of stuff. And some reborn collectors do just display their babies on shelves or even in a crib or a basket or whatever and leave them untouched. I think the majority of people that collect reborn dolls do interact with those dolls a lot more and role play as if they were real babies, because part of the appeal of having them is that they are made to look very realistic. So the whole part of when you're on the hobby on a whole and then you're coming on YouTube, so your friends that know you in a completely other context in life and have no idea that you make YouTube videos, that you collect or anything, I think it can be that just shocking factor, like, wow, what's Tasha doing on YouTube talking to, you know, it's a public forum, you know, so it's like, and with dolls, no less. And of course, us as collectors, we expect that mostly other reborn collectors are watching our videos. So we use language and terminology and speak like we're all speaking to one another. But sometimes I think maybe forget that other people do come across our channels. So it's something interesting to think about in going forward. I think that I may do a series and put it in like a created playlist, like an introduction to reborn dolls and collecting, and, you know, sequel 2, 3, you know, so on and so forth, and, you know, get into, you know, people who have questions or want to know about the hobby, and then I'll do like a whole one on, you know, the YouTubing part of it and the social media part of it and all that. I thought that that would be fun, and that I know I would like to do it because I now have a friend that, you know, knows the whole thing, and she's on the phone with me, and she was not letting me go without hearing, what's your YouTube channel name, and looked it right up while she had me on the phone, and she's like, that's not you, oh my gosh, that's you. It's just great. So, yeah, tell me what you all think, if you would like to, you know, watch a little, you know, series like that. Now, I'll be making my other videos in between, but I thought I would throw that in as an extra, and that it would just be here on a playlist. And the other thing I'm thinking of that's on my mind is what attracts us as collectors and reborn mommies to specific babies, right? Because we all have our own taste. Now, I'm at the point in my collecting where I now have limited space in my collection, and you all know how I really love and fawn over each baby, and I kind of rotate them to spend time with them and stuff. So I'm not a collector that has them all on a shelf. Not that there's anything wrong with that, of course. I'm more of a collector where I feel the need to, you know, buy them clothing and spend time and da-da-da-da. So I have to love a sculpt. I have to want a sculpt. I have to be very drawn to a sculpt, and then, you know, a baby really has to speak to me. And I have only really one sculpt on my wish list. I have two sculpts that I admire that I think maybe I might want to have in my collection someday, if I find the right baby. But I do have one sculpt that's, I guess you could call it a more of an outstanding on my wish list. Now, because I had AZ come home not that long ago, and I am expecting a new baby, I really wasn't actively looking for a version of this sculpt. But the last one I saw was a while back, and it was from an artist that I really admire, but it was done as a giveaway baby, so I couldn't just buy the baby. And of course I did enter the giveaway, but you know, that baby was unobtainable to me, and I really, you know, fell for that baby. And it took quite a long time for me to, and all the babies that are out there in this sculpt, for me to really fall in love with another. Well, of course, the other is likely unobtainable to me as well. So, for different reasons. But I said I can't win. But I'm thinking to myself, so of course you all know how we all get in the frenzy. I think many of collectors will identify this. Renee, I know you will. I know many of you will. When you see a baby that you fall in love with, and for whatever the reason, you're not able to adopt that baby, or you don't think you're going to be able to adopt that baby, you then go on a frenzy. Your heart has now been pinged. You found a baby. So now you're on this wild frenzy now, looking for this sculpt, searching under every rock, every art. Just craziness. Why do we do this to ourselves? And meanwhile, there's a gazillion other beautiful babies out there, sculpts, phenomenal artists of babies that are totally obtainable, that you could just bring home tomorrow. And yet, that's not good. Now, you all know me. Come hell or high water, I do everything that in my power if I fall in love with a baby to bring that baby home. But some things are just beyond my you know, my means. That's, you know, that's the bottom line. You know, so all you can do is go on your wild frenzy. I mean, I said to myself, now you all know I don't do customs because I absolutely, I so appreciate the art and the process of reborning. And I love to see the artists. And I enjoy so much all of my artist friends and just artists that I follow and admire. I love seeing all the new beautiful babies out there. If I see where they get adopted, I love to follow where they go and follow their journey and cheer them on and all that. Love, love, love it. Love to see all the babies. But of course, you see all beautiful babies out there. They're not all babies. That's why I talk about admiring babies in our friends, you know, collections, because we can't have every beautiful baby. You know, you have to get to a point in your collecting where you know what's right for you, and you can look at a baby and say that, you know, that baby belongs with me, or, you know, I would love to, you know, that's, you know, you all know what I'm saying? You know, because otherwise we bring everyone home that, you know, can't do that. So I'm in frenzy mode right now. Now I know I gotta stop and slow myself down because I've done this to myself before. And in those frenzies of, oh my gosh, and, you know, especially if something's like a long sold out limited edition, you're like, oh, but I might not ever get a chance at this sculpt again, and I love this artist, but it might not have been the perfect baby for you, sort of thing. Or you know, you saw another, it went, so then you know, like that sort of thing. And that's where I have made my mistakes in my collecting, and have had to, you know, put babies up for sale. And I don't enjoy having to sell. I'm a very, you know, you all know how I connect with my babies and stuff. So and I don't have time. I run my own business. I have the 4 kids. So those of you that have been with me for a while, you know the challenges that I have with, you know, special needs child. You'll know. To those of you new and that are still standing here listening to me, or sitting there listening to me, hello and welcome, and thank you so much for being here. So, yeah, it's time consuming to answer all of the inquiries. It's work to sell. And I don't like to have to do it, and I just don't. So I can't afford to make a mistake when I'm all emotional, when I've, you know, because immediately, and I'm sure many of you collectors have been there, like, say you, I don't even know, let me give an example. Say you lose an auction on a baby, and you were just so in love with that sculpt, that baby, but it was that baby that you were in love with, that sculpt, the way that sculpt was done. But now you're wanting to make yourself feel better because you're feeling an actual loss. You know, you feel like you lost something that you felt you could have had. So, you know, so then you go and you try to make yourself feel better, and you go and find that somewhere else, but it's not really the right baby, but it's close, but it's whatever. I can't go there. I can't make that mistake. I've made it, you know, and we're supposed to learn from our mistakes, right? But, you know, you also want to, you know, us collectors that invest so much into our collecting, you know, and I'm not even talking about money. I'm just talking about time and what we put into, you know, our, you know, whether you're YouTubing or whatever you're doing, just spending time with your baby, whatever it is, you know, you're investing a lot of time. So I lost my train of thought. Oh, So you want to try to make things right for yourself, and if that's possible, right? I'm being rather vague because, of course, I know if I tell you all, like, what sculpt and stuff like that, like, I know everyone means well, and they say, oh, look at this one, and I see this one, and this one's, you know, you could just bring home tomorrow, you know, like, and I don't want to, like, I don't want to, you know, have to say, oh, but no, but I don't, you know, like, I'd rather not see anything. I'd rather not see anything. You know, all I can say is, as a collector, you know, because this YouTube is part of my vlog and part of my journey in collecting, I said, well, let me share that. The best word I have for it is that frenzy, where you've paced the floors and you've hoped and yada, yada, yada. So, and then you're off on this, like, wild, you know, goose chase and wild hunt. So I'm sure it'll all work out for me. I just thought maybe talking about it out loud and seeing myself on camera and talking about it may say, Tasha, reason with yourself here. And, you know, don't jump in and make an emotional mistake to where you're going to bring a baby in that doesn't belong in your collection. That's what I mean. You know, if you missed out on a baby that you were head over heels with, then it wasn't meant to be. And if you force what's meant to be, force what's not meant to be because you're trying to make something be that's not, I think that's where we get into jams. And I know, because, you know, we all talk, you know, we all do it. So I just need everyone to say, you know, back up, don't jump off a cliff. And that's about it. But what do you love in a baby? You know, I know some collectors are very, very specific, where some collectors will only adapt, you know, closed-eyed sculpt, some only open-eyed, some have to be rooted, some, you know, everybody's different in what they like. I mean, you all know what my collection looks like. I don't have a rhyme or a reason. Yes, I'm drawn to ethnic babies, but I also have I'm also drawn to Caucasian babies that, you know, the baby has to speak to me. Baby has to speak to me. And you all know how I feel about artists, and I very, very much prefer to adopt from artists that I know are, you know, just warm and caring and love what they do and put their all into. And thus far, honestly, I have been very, very lucky. Very lucky. You all know how much I rave about my favorite artists and their babies, but I've been very, very lucky and blessed to have so many wonderful experiences with artists that, you know, are absolutely, you know, phenomenal master artistry that, sorry guys, that truly just pour their hearts and souls, and they take a journey with each baby. And it's a beautiful thing to see. That's why I say I always cheer all the babies on. I love to see everyone's new creations, and that's part of the huge fun of it to me is, you know, enjoying what all these artists create, even though, of course, every baby's not for me. It might be 1 in a million that's for me, but it's just so much fun to see you all, you know, create your visions. And you all know I'll be trying my hand one day, so we'll see. But anyway, Asvoria and I thank you. I know you haven't seen her face much because there she is. Oh, she's such a sweet baby. And I'm sorry for the video quality, the lighting and stuff today. But I definitely wanted to get on and chat with you all. It's definitely been a few days. So thank you so much for watching. I don't know if I talked about anything very relevant, and I know I kind of went on about my own self a little bit here. I apologize for that. you know, but again, part of this is a vlog and my journey. So, all right, thanks so much for tuning in, and I'll see you all next time. All right, everyone, God bless.